called it a failed state, a cursed country, a disaster zone, the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. But that's not how it started. This is Haiti, the first free black republic in world history, the only completely successful slave revolt ever recorded, the place where plantation owners once whispered in fear. If it happened here, it could happen anywhere, and it did. In 1804, the formerly enslaved people of Haiti burned down a global empire and declared themselves free. They didn't ask, they took it. And for that, the world never forgave them. Because Haiti broke the rules of white supremacy, and that kind of rebellion, that kind of freedom, it had to be punished. For the last 200 years, Haiti hasn't been falling apart. It's been getting taken apart by the same powers it once overthrew. This is the story they don't want told, the story of what really happened to the black people in Haiti. In the late 1700s, Saint Domingue was the crown jewel of France's empire, a small island colony now known as Haiti, producing half the world's sugar and more coffee than all of Latin America combined. It was absurdly profitable, and the price of that profit? Human life. France shipped in more enslaved Africans than any other European power. Nearly 800,000 men, women, and children worked to death in a place so brutal, the average enslaved person didn't survive 10 years. This was not just a colony. This was a machine made of black bodies. Every colonial power feared what would happen if that machine broke. And then it did. In 1791, the enslaved people of Saint Domingue rose up, led by men like Toussaint Louverture, a brilliant strategist, self-taught reader, and former slave who outmaneuvered European armies like he was born to outthink empires. Spain tried to interfere. France sent troops. Napoleon himself eventually sent his brother-in-law to crush the revolt, and they all lost. This was not just a rebellion, this was a war of independence. And in 1804, after more than a decade of bloodshed, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, one of Toussaint's top generals, did what no enslaved people in modern history had ever done. He declared Haiti free, he declared Haiti sovereign, he declared Haiti black, and he dared the world to stop him. Some Haitians will tell you that their story doesn't begin with Columbus or Napoleon, that black people were already on this land long before slavery. The Africans crossed the Atlantic centuries before Columbus did and were part of the original human footprint in the Americas. That's a whole conversation for another episode. But whether you believe that or not, what happened in 1791 was undeniable. And the slave population rose up, fought back, and won. Not for reforms, not for better conditions, but for power. That made Haiti dangerous, not just to France, but to every single colonial power watching. Because if the poorest, blackest people in the empire could take their freedom by force, what excuse did anyone else have? You'd think that after fighting the most powerful empire in the world and winning, Haiti would be left alone to build a future. But that's not how colonialism works, because freedom, in the eyes of Europe at least, was never free. In 1825, France returned, not with an army, but with a bill. They demanded Haiti pay 150 million francs in reparations to compensate the French for the loss of their plantations, for the loss of their profits, for the loss of their slaves. Now, let that sit for 1 second. The formerly enslaved were now being forced to compensate their former enslavers for the theft of their own bodies. And Haiti agreed. Why? Because the French parked 12 warships off the coast and threatened to invade again. So the new Black Republic signed the check under a cannon barrel. It was either pay or go back to war. And the cost? The equivalent of $21 billion today. It took Haiti over a century to pay it off. And to meet those payments, Haiti had to borrow from French banks. So France got their money twice, once in reparations and once in interest. And as a result, Haiti never got the chance to develop. No public schools, no infrastructure, no national industries. They were paying for their freedom until 1947. That's right, by the time Jackie Robinson hit a home run and the UN was forming charters, Haiti was still wiring money to France for beating slavery, and the rest of the world played along. The U.S. refused to recognize Haitian independence for almost 60 years, fearing it would inspire slave revolts here in America. Haiti became the black mirror white powers didn't want to look into, proof that revolution was possible, proof that power didn't have to wear a powdered wig, so they cut Haiti out of the global economy. No trade deals, no allies, just silence. And in that silence, Haiti's economy crumbled, not because its people were lazy or cursed or corrupt, but because the world designed it to fail. Let's be very clear here. Haiti did not collapse on its own. It was purposely collapsed, and the blueprint was French. The United States was founded on the idea of liberty. But when Haiti declared its independence in 1804, America ghosted. The U.S. didn't recognize Haiti for nearly 60 years, not until 1862 during the Civil War. Why the delay? Because Haiti was everything America feared, a black-led republic born from revolution, led by people who had killed their enslavers and burned colonial rule to the ground. To the white South, Haiti wasn't a country, it was a threat. Proof that slavery could be overturned by fire. If you were a slaveholder in Georgia or Virginia, Haiti was your worst nightmare. So instead of trade, the U.S. gave Haiti the cold shoulder until they saw something they wanted: strategic control. In 1915, the U.S. invaded Haiti, not with subtlety, but with 2,000 Marines landing in Port-au-Prince after the assassination of a Haitian president. They said it was to stabilize the region, but what they did was rewrite the Constitution so American businesses could own Haitian land. Haitians had outlawed foreign land ownership for a reason, but the U.S. called that inconvenient. They stayed for 19 years, installed puppet presidents, controlled the national bank, built infrastructure to serve American interests, used forced labor, and left behind a generation of economic chaos. Even Frederick Douglass, who once served as U.S. ambassador to Haiti, called America's approach disgraceful and imperialist. Shout out to Frederick Douglass. That's my cousin. Okay, and it didn't end there. Throughout the 20th century, the U.S. played political chess in Haiti, supported brutal dictators like Francois Papa Doc Duvalier and his son John Claude Duvalier, known as Baby Doc, funded militias, ignored human rights abuses. They turned a blind eye as corruption festered. As long as Haiti didn't go too socialist or too independent, it was okay for America. The goal was never to help Haiti thrive. It was to keep it contained. Because a thriving, black-led, self-determined Haiti, that would be contagious. That would be dangerous to the status quo. That would mean reckoning with how much the U.S. pretends to love freedom while sabotaging it if it's in black hands. So, Haiti stabilized Haiti. Then they blamed Haitians for the mess. And if you ask me, it just looks like colonization all over again. In 2010, Haiti was hit by one of the most devastating earthquakes in modern history. Over 200,000 people died, 1.5 million were left homeless, and the world responded fast. Billions in aid were pledged, celebrities held concerts, governments made promises, and NGOs showed up with logos on their t-shirts and cameras in their hands. Now, NGO stands for non-governmental organization, which means they operate independently of government oversight, and it's usually charity. But what happened next wasn't rescue. It was extraction, disguised as generosity. The American Red Cross raised over $500 million for Haiti. They built 6 homes. Not 600 homes, literally 6 homes. So, what happened to the rest of the money? Nobody can fully explain it. The organization spent millions on overhead, consultants, and propaganda. The Haitian people saw almost none of it. Then there was the Clinton Foundation, the UN, USAID. Millions poured into Haiti, and then contracts got handed out to foreign companies. The Haitian government got mostly sidelined. Aid became a business model, and Haitians were treated like props in a fundraising campaign. White saviorism cashed in, and the earthquake became an excuse to take control again. Even worse, the United Nations, which was supposed to help stabilize the country, introduced cholera to Haiti through contaminated waste dumped near a river. Over 10,000 Haitians died from the outbreak. The UN didn't admit fault until 6 years later. This was not an isolated failure. This was the continuation of a pattern. Haiti suffers, the world shows up, not to empower Haiti, but to manage it. They promised recovery, but what Haitians got was tent cities, foreign contractors, NGOs making over 7 figures, and a country still in ruins a decade later. Aid was weaponized and used to justify control. To this day, many Haitians will tell you the earthquake didn't break Haiti. It just gave outsiders another reason to infiltrate our infrastructure. And they're not wrong, because behind every failed promise, every headline calling Haiti hopeless, every stolen contract and media pity party is a history of denial, not just of Haiti's suffering, but of Haiti's strength. Because look, if Haitians were ever allowed to rebuild on their own terms, the lie would collapse. The lie that they can't govern. The lie that black nations can't succeed. The lie that the West is actually helping them. That's why Haiti keeps getting targeted. In 2021, the president of Haiti was assassinated in his own home. The suspects? Haitians with citizenship in America and Chile and Colombian operatives. The country was thrown deeper into instability. Gangs now run neighborhoods where the government has disappeared. The police are underfunded. The people are exhausted, in the world still looking on with pity and zero accountability. But here's what they don't show you. Haiti is still resisting. The same fire that burned plantations in 1791 still burns in the hearts of the people. You see it in the art, in the music, in the language. Haitian Creole, born from revolution, is still spoken with pride. You see it in voodoo, a religion demonized by the West but rooted in spiritual resistance. Voodoo wasn't devil worship, it was rebellion. You see it in education efforts, in local farms, and underground media, and every child learning the truth about Dessalines and Louverture. You see it in the drum beats and the stories passed down and the refusal to forget. You see it in the people who stand up and speak out for Haiti against all the negative narratives. Haiti is not hopeless. Haiti is cornered. And there's a big difference because every time Haitians have tried to build, to own, to govern, to create, the global powers have responded with sabotage, sanctions, or silence. They fear Haiti not because it's broken, but because of how much it can rebuild if left alone. And still, despite centuries of betrayal, Haitians have not given up. So, you call that a failed state? That doesn't look like failure to me. That's not weakness to me. That's something that most countries would not survive. Haiti has survived it over and over again. So next time you hear someone call Haiti a failed state, ask yourself this: failed by who? And for whose benefit? They say Haiti is cursed, but the curse didn't come from the gods. It came from France. It came from America. It came from every nation that watched a successful black revolution and decided it had to be undone for being too free, too black, and too early. The first to break the chains, the first to say no more, the first to prove white supremacy could bleed. And the world has been bleeding Haiti ever since. But here's what they couldn't kill. Pause, go. And the world has been bleeding Haiti ever since. But here's what they couldn't kill. It couldn't kill the memory. It couldn't kill the self-determination. It couldn't kill the rebellion. Because Haiti is a precedent. Haiti is a blueprint. I'm not saying we should all go do voodoo or something. I don't know. Did it work? I guess it worked. But Haiti is a warning shot that echoed across centuries, and it still echoes.